to tell how to find out area of parallelogram. Here they have given one parallelogram. This parallelogram, the base length is 1 unit and the perpendicular height is also 1 unit. You need to find out what's the area of the parallelogram. You can find it out. Area of the parallelogram as base times of perpendicular height. This is the base, which is 1 unit, times of this is the perpendicular height, which is also 1 units. 1 times of 1 is 1. 1 square units is the area of this parallelogram. Let's take another parallelogram. In this parallelogram, they have given the base length as 2 units and the perpendicular height as 1 unit. Here also you need to find out what's the area of the parallelogram. Area of the parallelogram, here also the same thing, base times of perpendicular height. This is the base, which is 2 units, times of this is the perpendicular height, which is 1 units. 2 times in this parallelogram, they have given the base length as 5 units and the perpendicular height as 1 units. You need to find out what's the area of the parallelogram. You can do it out. Area of the parallelogram as base times of perpendicular height. Here, which is the base, which is 5 units, times of this is the perpendicular height, which is 1 units. You can find it out. 5 times of 1 is 5, so 5 square units is the area of this. 7 square units is the area of this parallelogram. Let's take one more parallelogram. Here they are asking the base length as 10 units and the perpendicular height as 1 unit. Here also you need to find out what's the area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram is base times of perpendicular height. So you're going to get this is the base, which is 10 units, times of this is the perpendicular height, which is 1 units. 10 times of 1 is 10 units. So 10 square units is the area of this parallelogram. Now let's take one more picture. Now I'm going to tell how to find out perimeter of parallelogram. If you take a parallelogram, you're going to get one side they are giving us 1 unit, another side as 2 units. You need to find out what's the perimeter. Opposite sides of parallelogram going to be equal. This is opposite to this side, so this is also 1 unit. This side opposite to that side, that is also 2 units. Now we need to find out perimeter. Perimeter is 2 times of sum of adjacent sides, that is 1 unit plus 2 units. 2 times of 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So it is 2 times of 3, which becomes 6 units. 6 units is the perimeter of this parallelogram. Let's take another parallelogram. Here in this parallelogram, they are giving out like this. That is 1 plus 3 becomes 4. So it is 2 times of 4. 2 times of 4 is 8 units. So 8 units is the perimeter of this parallelogram. Let's take one more parallelogram. And in this parallelogram, they are giving this side length as 1 unit and this side length as 5 units. Here also, you need to find out what's the perimeter of parallelogram. Opposite to this, 2 times of sum of adjacent sides. This side is 1 unit, this side is 5 unit, of 5. 1 plus 5 is 6 units. 6 units becomes 12 units. So 12 units is the perimeter of this parallelogram. Let's take one more parallelogram. And in this parallelogram, they have given this side length as 1 unit, this side length as 7 units. You need to find out what's the perimeter. Opposite to this side, that is also 1 unit. Opposite to this side, that is also 7 units. You can find out the perimeter of parallelogram as 2 times of sum of adjacent sides. This side is 1 unit plus this side is 7 unit. Now you're going to get 1 plus 7 as 8. So 2 times of 8, which is 16 units. 16 units is the perimeter of this parallelogram. Let's take one more parallelogram. Here they are giving like this. In this parallelogram, this side length they have given us 1 unit and this side length as 10 units. Now also you need to find out what's the perimeter of the parallelogram. Perimeter of the parallelogram, here opposite to this side is 1 units and opposite to this 10 units is 1 unit. Perimeter of parallelogram is 2 times of length plus breadth. That give rise to 2 times of, this is not length plus breadth, that is perimeter of parallelogram is 2 times of sum of adjacent sides, that is 1 plus 10. 1 plus 10 becomes 11. So 2 times of 11 is 22 units. So 22 units is the perimeter of this parallelogram. Let's take now about the rhombus. In rhombus, they have given all sides of the rhombus going to be equal. Now they have given all sides of the rhombus as 1 units. Let's find out what's the perimeter of the rhombus. You can find it out. Perimeter of the rhombus is 4 times of side length. Here they have given side length as 1 unit. So 4 times of 1 unit is 4 units. So the perimeter is 4 units. Let's take another rhombus. In this rhombus, they have given all sides of the rhombus as 2 units. Now you need to find out what's the perimeter of the rhombus. You can do it out. Perimeter of the rhombus is 4 times of side length. Here the side length of this rhombus is 2 units. So it's going to become 4 times of this side length, which is 2 units. 4 times of 2 is 8 units. So 8 units is the perimeter of this rhombus. Let's take one more rhombus. And in this rhombus, they have given all sides of the rhombus as 5 units. When all sides they have given is 5 units, you need to find out of side length, that is 4 times of, this is the side which is 5 units, 4 times of 5 which is 20 units. So the perimeter is 20 units of this rhombus. Let's take another one rhombus. And in this rhombus, they are giving out that all sides of this rhombus are 7 units. When all sides of the rhombus are 7 units, the side length is 7 units. Now find out what's the perimeter again. You can find it out. The perimeter of this rhombus is 4 times of this side length. 4 times of this side length make this rhombus. So 4 times of 7 unit, 4 times of 7 is 28 units. So the 28 units is the perimeter of this rhombus. Let's take another rhombus. In this rhombus, here you are going to find all sides as 10 units. They have given all sides as 10 units. You need to find out what's the perimeter of this rhombus when the side length is, all sides are 10 units. Perimeter of this rhombus is 4 times of side length, that is 4 times of, here the side length is 10 units, 4 times of 10 units, that is 40 units. So 40 units is the perimeter of this rhombus. Let's take one more rhombus. Now in this rhombus, they have given this one 2 diagonals. One of the diagonal they have given us 2 units, and another diagonal they have given us 5 units. You need to find out what's the area of the rhombus. Area of the rhombus can be found out as half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2. You're going to get half times of, this is diagonal 1 which is 2 units times of, this is diagonal 2 which is 5 units. You can divide denominator and numerator and then multiply. 5 times of 1 is 5 square units, that is the area of this rhombus. Let's take one more rhombus. In this rhombus, they are giving this diagonal as 6 units and this diagonal as 10 units. You need to find out what's the area of this rhombus. You can find it out. Area of the rhombus as half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2. That give rise to half times of, this is diagonal 1 which is 6 units times of, this is diagonal 2 which is 10 units. You can divide 2 1 times, 2 3 times. 3 times of 10 is 30 square units, that is the area of this rhombus. Let's take another rhombus. In this rhombus, they are giving out this side length as 5 units and this side length they have given us 8 units. Now you need to find out what's the area of the rhombus. Now also you can find it out. area of the rhombus as half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2. That give rise to half times of, this is diagonal 1, which is 5 units, times of diagonal 2, which is 8 units. Now we can divide 2 1 times 2 4 times. 5 times of 4 is 20. 20 square units is the area of this rhombus. Let's take one more rhombus. That is, in this rhombus, they are giving out one diagonal as 6 units and another diagonal 8 units. They have given a rhombus. This diagonal, they are giving us 6 units, and another diagonal, they are giving us 8 units. You need to find out what's the area of the rhombus. You can find out area of the rhombus as half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2. Now you can do it out. Half times of, this is the diagonal 1, which is 6 units, times of, this is diagonal 2, which is 8 units. You can divide denominator by 4. 4 times of 6 is 24. 24 square units is the area of this rhombus. Let's take another one rhombus. In this rhombus, they are giving out this diagonal as 5 units and another diagonal as 10 units. You need to find out what's the area of this rhombus. Area of this rhombus is also the same thing, that is half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2. That give rise to half times of, this is diagonal 1, which is 5 units, times of, this is diagonal 2, which is 10 units. 2 1 times 2 5 times is 10. 5 times of 5, which is 25 square units is the area of this rhombus. Now let's take one more problem. Here I going to tell about kite. In kite, the two below sides going to be equal and two above sides going to be equal. Now you need to find out what's the perimeter of this kite. Perimeter means total length of the boundaries. Perimeter of the kite is 2 times of sum of below side and above side. This below side is 1 unit and the above side is 2 units. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So 2 times of 3, which becomes 6. So 6 units is the perimeter of this kite. Let's take one more kite. And in this, what's the perimeter of the kite? You can do it out. Perimeter of the kite is 2 times of below, that is 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 becomes 4. So 2 times of 4 becomes 8. So 8 units kite, they are giving below sides as 1 unit and above sides as 5 units. Now you need to find out what's the perimeter of the kite. The perimeter of the kite is nothing but half sum of below side plus above side, that is 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. So 6, 2 times of 6 becomes 12 units. So 12 units is the perimeter of this kite. Let's take another one kite, and in this kite they are giving out like this. The below sides are 1 units and above sides are 7 units. Now you need to find out what's the perimeter of the kite. Perimeter of the kite, you can find it out as 2 times of sum of below side and above side, that is 1 plus 7. 1 plus 7 becomes 8. 2 times of 8, which becomes 16. So 16 units is the perimeter of this kite. Let's take one more kite. And in this kite, they are giving out the below sides as 1 units and above sides as 10 units. You need to find out what's the perimeter of the kite. Perimeter of the kite, you can find it out as 2 times of sum of below side plus above side, that is 1 plus 10. 1 plus 10 becomes 11. 2 times of 11, which is 22. So it is going to become 22 units is the perimeter of this kite. Now I tell how to find out area of kites. Area of kites can be founded out if they have given a kite. This one is known as diagonal 1, that they have given 2 units. This is another diagonal that they have given us 5 units. You need to find out what's the area of the kite. Area of the kite is nothing but half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2, that is half times of, this is diagonal 1, which is 2 units times of this is another diagonal 2 which is 5 units. You can divide 2 1 times 1 times of 5 is 5. 5 square units is the area of this kite. Let's take another kite, and in this kite they have given this one of the diagonal as 1 units and another diagonal as 8 units. You need to find out yes hyper 8 units. Now you need to find out what's the area of the kite. Area of the kite can be found out as half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2. That give rise to half times of this is diagonal 1 that is 1 units times of this is diagonal 2 that is 8 units. You can divide denominator and numerator to 1 times to 4 times. 4 times of 1 is 4 square units. Now I will going to tell one more kite's area, that is in this kite they have given the base length this one diagonal as equal to 2 units and this is another diagonal which is equal to 5 units. Here also you need to find out what's area of even this kite is half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2. This gives rise to half times of this is diagonal 1 which is 2 units times of this is diagonal 2 which is 5 units. You can divide denominator and numerator to 1 times to 1 times. 1 times of 5 is 5 square units. Let's take another one kite. In this kite they have given this one diagonal as 3 units and this one diagonal as 6 units. And now you need to find out what's the area of the kite. Area of the kite here also half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2. That give rise to half times of this is diagonal 1 which is 3 units times of this is another diagonal which is 6 units. You can divide 2 1 times 2 3 times 6 units is the area of this kite. Let's take another one final kite. In this final kite they are giving this diagonal as 5 units and this is another diagonal which they have given us 12 units. Now you need to find out what's the area of this kite. Area of this kite can be found out as area of the kite as half times of diagonal 1 times of diagonal 2 which give rise to half times of this is diagonal 1 which is 5 units times of this is diagonal 2 which going to be 12 units. 5 times of 12. Now you can divide 2 1 times 2 6 times is 12. 5 times of 6 is 30. 30 square units is the area of this kite. I going to tell all of the kites are over. I going to tell about trapezium. The below side you need to find out what's the area of this trapezium. Area of the trapezium you can find it out as half times of sum of parallel sides above side and below side sum, that is 1 plus 2 times of this one is perpendicular right which is 1 units. Now you're going to add this one 1 plus 2 is 3. Here half times of 3 times of 1 is 3 divided by 2 3 by 2 square units is the area of this trapezium. Let's take one more trapezium. In this trapezium they have given the base length as 8 units and another one parallel base as 2 units, but the perpendicular height they have given us 1 units. You need to find out what's the area of the trapezium. Area of the trapezium is half times of sum of parallel sides, that is 2 and 8. uh, 2 plus 8 times of this perpendicular height which is 1 units. 8 becomes 10, so you going to become half times of 10 times of 1. You can divide 2 1 times 2 5 times as 10. 5 times of 1 is 5. 5 square units is the area of this trapezium. Now let's take one more trapezium. Here in this trapezium they are giving out this one, that is the base length as 10 units, the above side length as 4 units and the perpendicular height as 1 unit. You need to find here also what's the area. Area of this trapezium is also the same thing, half times of sum of parallel sides 4 and 10, so it becomes 4 plus 10 times of, this is the perpendicular height, which is 1 units. 4 plus 10 becomes 14. So it is half times of 14 times of 1 to 1 times to 7 times is 14. 7 times of 1 is 7 units. Now let's take one more trapezium. In this trapezium, they are giving out the base length as 5 units and the above parallel side as 2 units and the perpendicular height as 1 unit. Area of parallelogram becomes half times of sum of these two parallel sides. This is one parallel side, that is 3 units, plus this is another parallel side which is 5 units, times of this is the perpendicular height which is 1 units. Now 3 plus 5 becomes 8. Now you can divide this one to 1 times, to 4 times is 8. 4 times of 1 is 4. 4 square units is area of this trapezium. Let's take the final trapezium. Here, if you take this final trapezium, they have given two parallel sides as 8 units and 6 units. They have given the perpendicular height as 1 unit. You need to find out what's the area of the trapezium. Area of the trapezium can be found out as half times of sum of these two parallel sides, that is 6 plus 8, times of this is the perpendicular height which is 1 units. 6 plus 8 becomes 14, so it remains as half times of 14 times of 1. You can divide 2 1 times, to 7 times 14. 7 times of 1 is 7. 7 square units is the area of this trapezium. Let's take all of them are over. Now I'm going to tell some problems on this one, that is trigonometric problems. They have given the three sides. In this right angle triangle, they have given this side as 2 units, this side as 3 units. You need to find the hypotenuse. Let's take it x. This side length square, which is 2 square, plus this side length square, that is 3 square, equal to hypotenuse square, which is x square. 2 square means 2 times of 2, which is 4. So 4 plus 3 square means 3 times of 3, which becomes 9. So 4 plus 9 equal to x square. 4 plus 9 becomes 13. Here 13 equal to x square. This square, if you send this side, it becomes root. Root of 13 equal to x. So this becomes root 13. Now let's find out the trigonometric ratios. Sine of this angle they have given us theta. Now find out sine of theta. That means opposite to this this is theta angle. So opposite to this is this side, which is divided by this is the hypotenuse, which is root hypotenuse is cos theta. Here adjacent to this angle, that is 3 units, divided hypotenuse, which is root 13 units. Now let's find out what is tan of theta. Tan of theta means it is hypotenuse, this one, opposite by adjacent. Opposite by adjacent, this is opposite, which is 2 units, divided by this is adjacent, which is 3 units. Now let's find out the converse of all of them, inverse of all of them. Cosecant theta is inverse of sin theta. So 1 by sin theta. That means here you can write it out inverse of this, that is root 13 by 2. Then secant theta equal to this hypotenuse by adjacent. You can write as hypotenuse by adjacent. So this becomes root 13 by 3. And this one cot theta, it is inverse of this tan theta. So it becomes adjacent by opposite. So this becomes equal to 3. 2 by 3 becomes 3 by 2. Now let's find out more problems. Here I start to tell by how to make LCM of different numbers, that is 2, 4 and 8. These three numbers you need to take out LCM. You can take out by different methods. One of the method is like this, that is 2 1 times, and here it divides 2 2 times is 4, 2 4 times is 8. Next time let's take again 2, it can be divided to 1 remains like that, 2 1 times 2, 2 to 2 times 4. And again one method, 2 and 1 remains, 2 1 times is 1. Now you can find out LCM equal to all of them. You need to multiply 2 times of 2 times of 2. 2 times of 2 is 4, 4 times of 2 is 8. 8 is the LCM of those three numbers. Let's find out LCM of another three numbers. I start this one in next video. Bye.